Hello, all you beautiful and amazing people. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the show. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, Hyde. This is Hide and Seek Media, where we bring you a blue collar, common sense perspective on news, culture, politics, sports, entertainment, and so much more. So today, I'm going to be reacting to the culture war with Tim Pool, and his guest is Cenk Uygur. Now, I've been dying to watch this conversation happened for a long time, and Tim finally got him on the show. I can't wait to see this. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So let's get into it. Little advertisement here for Laura.
Welcome to the
Southern's movie.
Culture War, everybody. This one's going to be fun. We're hanging out with Cenk Uygur.
Hey Tim, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm kind of awesome.
Yeah. How's life? How's it going?
No big deal. Nothing interesting happening. Just running for president, running a company, hosting a show. Not busy at all. So I thought I'd just drop by.
I really appreciate you coming down. You know, because we sent out a bunch of invites all over the place.
Hang on. Pause right there. Running for president? Wait. Did he say he's running for president? I don't remember him announcing he was running for president. Did I miss something? Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's get back to it.
We rarely get liberals and people from the left. They make up maybe like 5 to 10% of the people who come out. So, but actually, for this show, we've been doing the Culture War Fridays. Way more interest from more all across the spectrum. People wanting to come in. I guess it's because it's not as topical news, right? It's just we can talk about whatever.
Yeah, no, I come bearing revolution, and
like it.
so there's a reason why I came. But what you're pointing out is actually important, and I think it's actually been harmful to the left that we have not engaged as much. And so I think, like, for example, we'll get into it probably later as to like our differences, and there's plenty of differences for sure. And then I think that I would cue the audience to look out though for the similarities, because there's so much that we disagree on, but there's also a ton that we agree on. And I mean, like, I don't mean necessarily me and you, but we'll find out if we. But I bet we do, right?
I think we agree more than we disagree.
Yeah, and I think that the American people agree a lot more than they realize, and partly because the media is driving division. And so, but one of the things we'll probably get into is audience capture,
Yeah.
and then a new thing that happened, in my opinion, which is guest capture, and that's kind of our fault, meaning the left's fault, because I think Joe Rogan got guest captured. I think Bill Maher did to some degree. Maybe you did. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But that's because they have nonstop right wingers on, in my opinion.
Okay. But he just said the left did a very bad job of engaging. So when you don't go on the shows, you leave the host no other choice but to bring on people who will go on the show and talk. And that's more to the point of maybe it's not so much that you're just afraid to engage. Maybe, and this is just me speculating here, but maybe, just maybe, it's because you don't have the facts to support your ideas and conclusions. So you can't go on these shows because you don't want to get exposed to an audience of the magnitude of, say, Joe Rogan, right? So you stay away from podcast hosts and go on mainstream media because you know mainstream media will cater to your ideas and not ask any hard questions or put you in a difficult situation where you have to answer a question you may not want to have to answer. See, the mainstream media, they won't put you in that situation. Podcasters will. And that, I think, is one of the biggest reasons why they don't engage in these podcasts like Tim Pool and Joe Rogan and like Dave Rubin and Steven Crowder, those kind. I mean, even Glenn Beck, who's pretty, you know, I mean, he's conservative, obviously, but he knows how to handle an interview, and so it's really weird that. Well, it's not weird, but that's why they don't engage in these podcasts is because they know they're going to get hit with hardball questions they can't back up.
But at the same time, the left doesn't love to go on shows and that are right wing and platforming and all that BS. So
Okay, but see, there he goes again, calling them right wing shows. They're not right wing. Tim's show is not right wing. Fucking Joe Rogan is not right wing. This is where they lose the argument is because they keep saying that these shows are right wing only because they have right wing guests on. But again, I go back to the point that he himself made that they don't engage in these shows. They don't go on these podcast shows. So it's their own fault that they've created this monster in their mind of these right wing podcasts.
can I curse on the show?
It's up to you. I guess we try not to. I know we
You
try
try
to be
not
we try to
to.
be family friendly. But,
Okay, all right.
whatever.
God bless. Okay.
Yeah, what it is, what it is. But I think you're right. To varying degrees, some are more resistant to capture than others, to their own detriment. And but this has been something we've talked about. When and I agree on the Joe Rogan thing too. People are getting they get attacked for going on Rogan. They get I don't go on. He's far right. Why are you doing it? I mean, there are even people who are saying it's a bad idea to have you on the show, but that's the most laughable thing in the world because we try to get as many people as possible across the spectrum. And the strange thing about it is when people will say that like Timcast IRL is far right or whatever, or my favorite was when Hassan called Ian Crossland a conservative. All right, do you know who Ian is? I mean, he's a hippy dippy crystal weirdo who doesn't like Donald Trump, and
Good for him.
well, we don't really know how to describe Ian other than he's just like a wild card kind of guy who doesn't follow the news in the same way as everybody in the culture war, and so he's often pushing back on us in very strange ways, such as he said Palestine should be the 51st state of the United States, which is a strong departure from anyone in politics. But then he'll get called conservative just by virtue of being on the show with us.
Okay, well, let's get into it because I get it, and but I've kind of changed my mind on something there, and that's partly why I say come bearing revolution.
All right.
Okay, I just want to take another pause right here. And I know we're only like 4 minutes in, and I've paused quite a bit. But Ian, he like at first, I'm gonna say like when I first started watching Timcast, it was Tim and Adam, and for those longtime fans who know who I'm talking about, um, I watched Adam's awakening happen on the show, like throughout the episodes. You could see it happening, and um, I understand why Tim and him kind of, went their separate ways. I wasn't happy with it at first. I'm going to be honest because I liked the support that Adam was giving for Donald Trump and all of that in 2016, and so in 2017 and everything. And so like I um, really in like started to see his awakening, and I was enjoying that. But I have to say, just on the Ian Crossland thing, he is by far the best addition that Tim has ever made to the show. Like or subtraction. Like the he is because of the way he pushes back, and like Tim's saying, he pushes back in some of the weirdest ways that makes you like, whoa, what the heck? No way. And then but then you stop and you're like, okay, well, let me look at it from Ian's perspective and try to understand where he's coming from, right? And of course, Tim always, pushes back, and the other people on the show push back too, but he stands his ground, man. And I love him for it. And he's such a always a I don't know, he just gives you that good dude vibe, right? So like I have to say Ian is probably the best addition to Timcast IRL that Tim has made. Just wanted to say that.
Because look, the thing that really set me off, and I thought that you were in that group, but I'm now beginning to change my mind a little bit on it, is that this is a old tried and true tactic of the right wing, is that they get people who used to be left wing, and then they turn them into turncoats. They pay them a lot of money.
Oh, here we go. See, this is the excuse, right? This is always the excuse. Ugh. It's the same old, same old. Boo hoo. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not, they're not turncoats if they leave the left and come over to common sense. Okay? It is just that simple. You just don't understand. And look, you'll die on the mountain because it pays your bills. I understand. Some people will do that. Some people make dumb decisions for money. We do it all the time. A lot of us do. So, hey, whatever. But come on. Let's be real. Let's be honest. This is all just a tactic. It's just another way to excuse, you know, or to write off that they're losing people more and more every day because they're waking up and realizing that this doesn't make any sense. These ideas don't make sense, and they don't formulate a good society, right? So, or a strong society. And that's the bigger issue. But I want to hear what Cenk has to say here about Tim and right wingers and whatever.
And then they trot them out there like in like hostage videos, and then Tulsi Gabbard and Tulsi Gabbard will come and go, I am a left winger, but the right wing is right about everything. The right wing is right. The right wing is right. And then they love it. And they just all like this orgiastic reaction of like, oh, even the left wingers agree with us. We're so right. And it's like a trick that works every time with the right wing audience. And it's super frustrating.
They do it with former conservatives and Joe Biden.
Well, no, that's a little different. I hear what you're saying. The reason why I say it's a little different is because the former conservatives are almost all.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna back this up just a little bit, because here, wait. Let me get right here. Okay, I'm gonna because oh, Tim makes the point that this is fucking hilarious. Okay, so Tim made the point that um the left does the same thing with former conservatives, right? And Joe Biden, like they bring them in, pay them a lot of money, blah 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 blah, right? And he was like, "Well, that's a little different. That's a little different." So let's hear his explanation. I know why it's different in his mind because it benefits his side. So that's why it's different. That's why it's good. It's good because it benefits me. But when the people from the left leave and join the right, no, that doesn't benefit me. That makes us look bad. So I gotta condone that, right? Or not condone it, condemn it, right? Well, I gotta condemn that, right? So yeah, let's hear what he has to say now.
No, that's a little different. I hear what you're saying. The reason why I say it's a little different is because the former conservatives are almost all corporatists.
Yeah.
And the Democratic Party is also corporatist.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're, changing their actual ideology, right?
Yep. They're pro-war. They're pro-corporate. They're pro-establishment power, pro-revolving door politics, and
pro-pharma, pro-big oil, pro everything that's donors, multinational corporations, etc. Right? So whereas like Tulsi is a liar, like she was, yeah, of course she was. First of all, to be fair to her, in a deeply ironic way, she was always a secret right winger, but she was lying that she was a progressive. And so the first person to suss that out was Anna.
Okay, stop. Whoop, hold the press. Because Tulsi Gabbard never said she was a progressive. She always said she was a Democrat. Go look it up.
And Anna did a bunch of stories about how Tulsi was a right winger back when she was pretending to be progressive and running for president in 2020. And people,
what is that? Is that like the gay marriage stuff or something?
that stuff. She's always hated Muslims. Like there's like she's like, I'm all for peace. Unless it's Muslims, then let's bomb them. Drone strikes and troops and go get the goddamn Muslim. They just all happen to be Muslim countries, and I just happen to be a Hindu nationalist. But just like it's just random.
Didn't
Okay.
she go to Syria? She was trying to.
Yeah, she went to Syria, met with
for peace,
Bashar
right?
al-Assad. Nah, I don't know what she's doing, but she's not a progressive. So
Exactly. She never said she was a progressive. That was the point I was making just a minute ago. Was that like, dude, come on, like, this is what I'm talking about, right? They he's making excuses because one of the most prominent Democrats that was up and coming ran against the establishment and bucked against Hillary Clinton and the progressive left, and they crucified her for it. And this guy is just like talking out his ass about Tulsi Gabbard and just throwing out all kinds of wild accusations with nothing to back it up. Nothing to back it up at all. But that's what they do, right? That's what they do. So let's continue.
her going out there and pretending to be a progressive and doing right-wing propaganda gets under every skin I have. Okay. So, but now that gig is up, right? Or that jig is up. Like her, Glenn Greenwald, a couple of others. I don't want to start the drama, right? But like,
you think even Glenn is
oh yeah,
a liar?
yeah. So look, here's the thing. Again, to be fair to both Tulsi and Glenn, they had right-wing tendencies throughout, and Glenn used to do it in a principled way. So I remember we had a debate on Young Turks between Glenn Greenwald and Larry Lessig, who's like a legendary campaign finance reform professor and leader and godfather of the movement. It was right after Citizens United, and because we've been around forever. And Lessig was saying that Citizens United was decided wrong, and Glenn was arguing that it was decided right. So Glenn was in favor of money in politics. Now he'll probably say some BS about, well, no, I'm not in favor of money in politics. I just think that politics should drown in it, and that it's like free speech, that it's awesome that all these companies bribe all of our politicians. But hey, free speech. So whatever that was, but back then, I mean, like that was out of actual principle, whatever, principle he thinks he has. So there was like a little right-wing tinge to him even back then.
So there you have it, guys. Cenk Uygur is the left-wing version of Alex Jones, and this video proves it. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with Cenk? Do you agree with Tim? Let me know in the comments down below. I really love to engage with my viewers, so feel free to fire away. Also, if you've made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate you guys watching and making it this far. It really does mean a lot. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. More content is coming, so make sure you subscribe. Also, check out my locals page. Subscribe over there too. There's more content there that you can't get anywhere else. If you really like this video, hit that share button and share it on all social media platforms. All those interactions with this video will show YouTube's algorithm that this video needs more impressions. That's how we're going to grow. So make sure to smash that like button, share this video, and leave a comment. I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I'll catch you later. Peace.